Welcome to your 10-minute cool down, a stretch that you can do after your workout to help relax and ease tired and sore muscles. So let's get started. To begin, we'll start in a nice, easy seated position with your feet together, knees coming out nice and wide. So grab hold of the ankles and rise your chest up nice and tall. Lift your spine so it's as long as possible, and then begin to pull yourself forward so you're hinging into the hips and start to round and release. And then exhale and lower your head and fold forward. So really start to breathe nice and deeply and tap into a slow moving breath. As we go throughout this cool down, we're going to want to lengthen the breath. And by the time we're done, feel a nice release and ease. Now with an inhale, begin to rise yourself up to a seated position. You're going to extend your left leg straight out to the side and tuck your right leg in. Again, lengthen as tall as you can, and then start to turn your torso towards your left leg. Hinge at your hips and begin to fold yourself forward and release, folding down into your left leg. So just grab hold of whatever you can on your leg. So you can reach all the way to the foot or just hold onto the shin or ankle. Now begin to rise back up again with an inhale. And we'll swap feet again. So this time tuck your left leg in and extend the right leg out. Ground down again, lengthen, and then turn your body towards your right leg and begin to fold down and forward. And once again, rise up. Now turn and come onto your knees. So sitting back, hips to heels. So we're going to shift your weight to one side then and extend one leg out. So whichever one you want to choose first. And we're going to sit down so that your bum comes as close to the ground as possible. And then begin to walk your hands back. You're going to lean back as far as you can to stretch the front side of your quadriceps. So you might be able to keep moving further and further down as you rest here. And once again, rise yourself back upward. And we'll roll back onto that first leg and slide your other leg back and then do the reverse. So extend your other leg out. Try to bring your sits bones down to the ground and then once again, walk back. And lean back as far as you can on this side. And once again, we'll rise all the way back up. Again, sitting once again, hips to heels. And this time we will stretch our feet and toes. So tuck the toes underneath and then sit your hips back to the heels. And just coming as far as you can, you might be able to release the hands and sit all the way back. And sometimes it does help to kind of press the heels in so you can move more into the inner sole of the foot or into the arch and the big toe. And then we'll just hold here again, finding the nice deep releasing breaths. All right, we'll come off of the toes now and sit back once again. Untuck the toes this time. We'll move to the upper body. So you're going to sweep the arms all the way up. Fingertips reach upwards and then lift your chest and start to bend backward and open up as far as you can with the spine. And then we'll take the head and gaze upward as well. And then go ahead and release the hands down. We're going to interlace behind your back. See if you can interlace your fingers as much as you can and then roll the shoulders back, squeezing the shoulder blades. And now we'll roll, pop the chest up and open, drop the hands down, and now take a gaze upward once again. And exhale, come forward and release. Now stretch your arms out in front of you. We're going to take a down dog here. So step your feet back like you're coming into a plank. And then push your hips up and back. Push into the hands. We're going to go through a few segments here. So wide fingers first, then push into the hands and shoulders. So your chest starts to come closer to your thighs. And then your tailbone is reaching upwards. Now we'll feel that length through the spine and then also down through the back of the legs. Work on straightening and lengthening the legs just as far as you can. And then move down into the feet and ankles. So try to release the front of your ankles so your heels just drop a little bit closer to the mat. So as we hold here and breathe, just start to go from fingers all the way up to the shoulders and back, tailbone, down the legs into the ankles, little checks through the whole body. All right, then exhale, release the knees down. We're going to come forward, bringing your right leg in front of you at about a 90-degree angle as best as possible, and then widen out your back leg, so your left leg, so you're sitting down onto both hips. Bringing your weight as much through the center as possible, so in this case, leaning toward your left side. Then we're going to hinge forward, coming over your front shin, and begin to fold so that you stretch through your front glute, your right glute. And then see how far down you can lower yourself and release. So there's little adjustments you can make here. Pulling your right hip crease back slightly. Again, trying to even out the weight between both sides of the pelvis. So as we're holding here, just find those subtle adjustments. And then release and lengthen the spine as we settle in here. All right, inhale again, rise yourself upwards. We're gonna just roll through the sits bones and drop the legs now to the other side. So left leg's in front. Again, shin at a front angle. Right leg's behind, and we're going to shift the weight slightly to the center and then fold yourself forward into your front leg. And then once again, release down. So working to feel this on the left glute, left hip. And folding, releasing the back as we settle in. And then one more deep breath in to draw yourself all the way back up, coming back to the center, crisscross the legs. Sit up nice and tall for a big inhale. And that is it for your 10 minutes of a cool down stretch. Thanks for joining.